Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. As the world's leading technological and military power, the United States has not had a glorious history of development over the past 200 years. It has completed capital accumulation through plunder and hegemony. Just as the spokesman Mr. Wang Wenbin said, since the founding of the United States has not fought a war in only 16 years in just 240 years. As long as the US hegemony exists, the world will not enjoy peace. In recent years, with the strong rise of China's technology, the United States has also begun to target China, attempting to use technological power on China, especially targeting China's semiconductor industry. The United States has launched a chip war by all means. Up to now, the United States has included more than 600 Chinese companies in the so-called Entity List, and also added Chinese scientific research institutions and universities to the sanctions list, completely prohibiting these Chinese enterprises and institutions from using American technology. In addition, the United States has also instigated or threatened its allies to prohibit the supply of various equipment and products, including American technology, to China, which has caused a serious impact on China's semiconductor industry. The United States has repeatedly revised the rules of chips and other regulations, and induced TSMC to build a factory in the United States. As a result, Huawei's proud Kirin series chips were forced to stop production, and the consumer business was in a dilemma. At the same time, it also signed a tripartite agreement with Japan and the Netherlands to further restrict the shipment of semiconductor equipment. The purpose is to lock the Chinese semiconductor industry at 14 nanometers, thereby excluding Chinese semiconductors from the global industrial chain. Of course, in the face of intensified sanctions and suppression by the United States, China did not choose to sit still, but launched a counterattack from multiple fields. With the start of China's various counterattacks, the United States has gradually felt the pressure, so it began to lift the ban on companies that were originally included in the Entity List. Some people say that this is a compromise of the United States, but it is undeniable that this is China's power. China launched an all-round counterattack. Facing the technological hegemony of the United States, especially the siege and interception of China in the semiconductor field, China has not compromised, but has taken equal countermeasures. First, Lockheed Martin and Raytheon, the two major U.S. military giants, were included in the Entity List, and then a security review was launched on Micron technology. In addition, China has also added a number of core technologies including LIDAR, silicon wafers, rare earths and related technologies to the China's export prohibition and restriction technology catalog, so that the United States can also taste the feeling of being stuck. Of course, the best counterattack is to break through whatever the United States blocks. Since being stuck by the United States many times in the field of chips, China has begun to accelerate the process of debeutification, and at the same time accelerated the pace of independent research and development of domestic chips. At present, in the field of wafer semiconductors above the 7 nanometers process, China has basically caused the replacement of domestic chips, and more advanced chip processors are still being developed. It is believed that domestic replacement will also be achieved in the near future. officially announced the lifting of the ban on Chinese companies. Is the US showing its favor? For a long time, OFILM has been one of the important suppliers in the fruit chain. As a world-renowned manufacturer of optical components, due to the various sanctions imposed by the United States on China, OFILM has also been imposed with various inexplicable. The crime led to OFILM being included in the entity list by the United States. Because OFILM relied too much on Apple orders, after being kicked out of the fruit chain by Apple, OFILM suffered a fatal blow. Its revenue and net profit fell off a cliff, directly evaporating nearly 90%. In just a few months, OFILM had lost more than $2.6 billion. But fortunately, OFILM has changed its business model in time. While accelerating business diversification and transformation, it is also seeking more partners and increasing cooperation with domestic manufacturers. In the end, OFILM successfully got rid of the Apple dependence and entered the field of smart cars, achieved good results, and completely walked out of the trough of being sanctioned by the United States. Today, OFILM has completed its transformation again, with a market value of more than $30 billion. What's more dramatic is that many American companies have also seen the potential of OFILM and expressed their intention to cooperate with OFILM. Finally, under the influence of various factors, the United States officially announced the lifting of the ban on OFILM and removed it from the entity list. Of course, even if the ban on OFILM is lifted, the United States will use the reason that OFILM will not pose a threat to the United States, which is the consistent style of the United States. But people with a discerning eye can tell at a glance that the United States has softened this time, and OFILM's lifting of the ban has made more people see China's power. Therefore, no matter how the United States intensifies its sanctions, as long as China holds its ground and insists on independent research and development and technological innovation, it is only a matter of time before China breaks the sanctions and blockade imposed by the United States. Moreover, China has always believed that the rise of China's science and technology has become unstoppable, and China's power will inevitably resound through the Western world again.